You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike postgame show. I'm Matt O'Leary, joined as always by Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how goes it tonight?
Great. It's 2 past the Rangers today. Love it. Friggin' love beating the Rangers and shutting them out, making it not look easy, but making it look comfortable. It was great. Feels great. How about you?
Anytime the Islanders beat the Rangers, it's a good day, and they are up 7-0 against the Rangers on the season. A 5-0 shutout win and a 2-0 shutout win. So it feels good. You want to beat your rivals, right? And the Islanders come back. They get Bo Horvat back after the break, and they win a game 2-0. Feels good.
Yeah, it really does. Like, there's some things to talk about. Obviously, like it wasn't always super comfortable, but we got some big performances from some key players that really kind of pushed us along.
Absolutely. So let's get started. We got a quick goal to talk about. 58 seconds in, Anders Lee gets in on the party, his 10th of the season. Just kind of a typical Anders Lee goal, man. You'll see here he ends up in the front of the net and just puts it past Shesterkin.
Yeah, I don't like that they took away Matthew Barzal's assists here.
Agree.
Because he does a lot of work to create this goal that he's not going to get credit for. We will give him credit, and you at home as well are probably giving Matt Barzal a lot of credit for this goal and the entire line. But the fact he doesn't get it on the score sheet really kind of stinks. I think he deserved it for his play, creating that and just creating that havoc in front of the net.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did. And I thought Barzal played really well tonight. He was skating all over the ice. It was good. He was definitely at the very least involved in this first goal, right? Like, I know technically not given an assist on the play, but played a major role in that being a goal for the Islanders.
Yeah, and that line, there's a lot to like in that line. You got Matthew Barzal setting things up. You got what it should be a trigger guy in Simon Holmstrom, and then you got your power forward just kind of banging and crashing along the boards or in front of the net and Anders Lee. And it seemed to work right away. 58 seconds, you're going, here we go, let's go. And it kind of cooled off after that a little bit, that line specifically.
Yeah, and for the rest of the period, shots ended up 10-7, but in the favor of the Islanders, by the way. But the Islanders, I believe, were up like 6-1 in shots for a decent amount, right? And then the Rangers kind of came on towards the end of the first period.
That is correct. It was, if you look at natural stat trick, you can see that the visualization of what we're saying here is that it kind of peaks. Looks like there's 2 boobies in favor of the Islanders here of peaking in terms of their Corsi, because it drops back down towards the Rangers' favor at the end of it, where it kind of felt like we took our foot off the gas for. I don't think it was any conscious decision, but it just felt like we took our foot off the gas in the final 5 minutes of the period. And it's something that carried over into the second period, where the Rangers were far better in the second period than we were.
Yeah, and that's a perfect transition into the second period, because I felt the same way. I believe shots were flipped 10-7 the other way they were. So the Rangers with 10, Islanders with 7. But even in the second period, Mitch, it looked like the Rangers tied the game initially, right? With Will Cooley play. It looked like he tied this thing up, but in fact, they had to look at it. But none of the Islanders on the ice reacted as if it was a goal. They were like, that didn't go in, and they were skating the other way. But all the Rangers were celebrating, obviously, and they called it a goal at the time. But then after replay, puck clearly didn't go in, double doinked it out, and the 1-goal lead would have remained.
Yeah, I'm glad the officials actually looked at that and listened to say, like, that didn't go in. You have to look at that goal. It didn't go in, because you can't challenge that as if you're Patrick Roy. So it's up to the refs to take it upon themselves and look at it. And sure enough, they look at it and you're like, yeah, it doesn't cross the line. Not even close, really, to potentially crossing the line. And so I get it from the Rangers perspective. You're trying to buy goals here. And so, like, what it looked like it went in, we're going to take it. Everyone thought it went in, right? The goal horn, not the goal horn, but like the goal light went on. The refs initially like maybe thought like, oh, they blew the whistle dead and stuff. It was clearly not a goal when you looked at it. So I get why the Rangers reacted, but the Islanders were, they reacted the right way. And you play to the whistle, which is what they did, right? They kept playing forward, and then finally the refs blow it dead to kind of look at it. So thankfully they did that, and we got justice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Before we get to the third period, Mitch, can I just vent a small frustration. It's a 2-0. Like they won today. I don't want to go completely nuts and go off the rails here. And it should be more positive than negative. But something that frustrated me from this game, and there were two examples in the second period, but the Islanders on the power play just were unable to put this game away. And that was one of those where I thought in the second, not being able to capitalize on either power play opportunity that they had. Lafreniere had a 2-minute holding penalty, and then Schneider had a hooking call against Maxim Shabanov. And Islanders unable to score on either of those. And spoiler, Mitch, but they go 0 for 5 on the power play tonight.
The power play did not look good. They got some pretty good zone entries. I'll give them that much. It wasn't always great, but it was pretty good getting into the zone. But once they were there, they had no idea what the hell they were doing at all. It was basically, let's give it to Matthew Barzal and he will find me. Except you're not doing anything to make him find you. Like they're just standing. This is where I'm supposed to stand. Why is nothing happening? Like, that's do more than that. Pull yourself out of it. Like be smart about what your hockey players. You know what to do in this situation. Just don't be like X's and O's tells me I have to be here. No, man. Like yes, be in that general vicinity, but like try to do something. They weren't moving, guys, and they were rarely working it to Emil Heineman over on the far side, who they finally put there. And then they take away all his service. What the hell, man?
Yeah, it was frustrating. So wanted to point that out. Again, I don't want to take away from the Islanders win tonight. We're happy that they won. The shutout win over the Rangers is all well and good. But I feel like, we have to give the full context of the game. That was a key part of it.
A huge part of the game. So your second period doesn't go really Islanders' way. It looks like the ice starts tilting. And again, you see that in the Corsi stats in terms of the shot metrics, leaning and tilting towards the Rangers. Matthew Barzal got decked in the second period, late in the second by Will
That's
Cooley.
Right. Yep.
Because Matthew Barzal makes a really dumb play in his own zone.
Yeah.
He does the spin around. Dude, just move it along. Do something. I know Butchie said that on the broadcast, but any of you at home probably said the same thing because what are you doing button hooking like that in your own zone, buddy? Come on now.
He had no clue that Cooley was right there. And unfortunately, set himself up to get hit pretty hard, but he was okay. He came back in the third period and was fine, of course, but a good call out on that. What'd you make of, before we get to the goal in the third period, what'd you make of the penalty shot? We got a rare Butch Goring actually not calling out for a penalty shot, but saying, oh my God, they're calling that a penalty shot.
Y'était bandé mon homme, like we say in French. I won't translate that. You can look it up. It's good French Canadian term for someone who's quite excited, gentleman who's quite excited about that. And big save, Dave. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, he came up huge in this game for the Islanders. Obviously, as we know, you see the zero above my head as we're talking about this, but had the penalty shot save. Had a breakaway save on Panarin as well earlier in the game. Just came up absolutely huge for the Islanders tonight. You got to tip your cap to him.
Yeah, he made it look not easy, but he was dialed in the third period too, right? That once they, once they pulled the goalie. There's that one shot that's going against where he's moving. The shot is supposed to go right. So he's moving towards his right to get in front of the shot to actually block it. But it goes left. And so he's got to reach out with the glove against his movement. Insane stuff. That's a goalie who's goddamn dialed in, man. Not to take anything away from Shesterkin, who was also amazing tonight. But that was big save. Dave was outstanding. Holy crap. What a performance. And I crapped on the Islanders signing him at the beginning of the year. My God, I deserve all the pie in the face, all of it.
Yeah, and he's been awesome. And like we said at the time, the goalie is a very interesting position where you could obviously have ebbs and flows. And last year with the Kings, he was really bad, an 886 save percentage. The year before, he was awesome, a 921 and a 215. So, he's been a backup goalie in the league for a while. That sometimes happens. They have years like 2 years ago or this year, and then sometimes it's just not there. But right now is really all we care about. And with Sorokin going to IR, which I don't expect it to be anything big. They obviously said he's going to travel with the team and he'll be back eventually. But it's awesome to have someone like David Rittich who you can rely on right now.
Yeah, and like Richard is saying, time to eat some crow. Absolutely, I 1000% deserve it.
And you would do it
welcome
happily.
Yes, like this is the best way to eat crow, man. When your goalie's pitching shutouts like this, let's go. Nom, 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 nom.
I was going to say, I don't know if you will find another podcast on the internet, not just Islanders podcast, but podcasts in general, that is more willing to eat crow if it means that it's a positive for their team. I don't give a shit if my prediction from the preseason didn't age well, if it means any sort of success for the Islanders. So glad to see it.
Absolutely. 100%. Totally agree with you there.
So in the third period, Mitch, it was, we talked about the penalty shot. There was a couple penalties late. Kyle Ritchie had the 2 minutes for tripping. Pretty much right after that, Bo Horvat had 2 minutes for tripping too. And then there was a 6-on-4 for a little bit. So you mentioned Big Save Dave. Like that was kind of really when I thought he was putting on a show.
Yeah, it was huge. I don't agree with the call on Ritchie. I don't mind the call on Bo Horvat. It looks like he like it wasn't careless, but like he's going to make a play on the puck. Obviously doesn't hit it, hits a Ranger skate, or it looks like it, or at least gets it underneath the skate, either accidentally or it's accidental either way. And the guy goes down. That's fair. The Ritchie one, his stick is behind him and he's looking forward at the puck. He's making a move towards the puck and he's got to move in a way that the stick ends up behind him and some dumb Ranger steps on the stick. You can't call that tripping, in my opinion. I understand, like, technically per the book, that's tripping, but like, there's no intent there. That's a Ranger step, anyways. That blew my mind. And some of the things that they weren't calling in the game, absolutely nuts. But they killed it. They were really good on the penalty kill, and so was Big Save Dave.
In addition to Big Save Dave, I'd like to shout out JG Pajot and Simon Holmstrom, who were tremendous in those situations. Pajot with the face-offs, I'll pull up the numbers now, how he finished on the night in the face-off dot. He was only 50%. I'm surprised by that. I thought it was at least, I think they said 6 of 11 at one point. I guess he lost it and went 6 for 12. But anyway, he was big. And then obviously Simon Holmstrom was big, and he's rewarded with an empty net goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to point out that Alpha G is saying here that after Rittich, Pajot is the reason we won tonight. Is mimicking exactly what you say. Trocheck was dominant faceoffs until the end when Pajot stepped in. Faceoffs were critical as we played the last 5 minutes and man down. The exact point that you're making, I want to highlight a YouTube subscriber saying the same thing here.
Yeah, 1,000%. I couldn't agree more with Alpha Gmail on this one. I think he nailed it, and doesn't find his way on the score sheet with a goal or an assist or anything like that, but clearly played a major role in the win for the Islanders.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that the empty net goal would. I knew they were going to score one. Like it just felt like they would. That Lee would get it. I know he was out there for quite a bit of it because he's sitting on goal 299 for his career. And after he scored tonight to make it 299, Bill was saying, I know he's in here, Bill. I see you commenting. Bill was saying in the Patreon, is he going to score number 300 against the Rangers? And I was hoping for it.
Yeah, it's coming. Hopefully soon. I saw someone in here saying that they're going to. Oh, here we go. Orbican. Right? Orbican. I'm going to be in Columbus tomorrow, hoping Lee scores 300. I hope so too. That'd be awesome to see.
Hell yeah. 300 goals over his career. Where does that rank him all time for the Islanders? It's pretty up there, is it not?
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I went standings instead of stats here.
Fifth.
For the NHL.
He could pass Clark Gillies. Gillies is 304. So there's a really good chance that he moves into fourth all time.
That's huge, man.
That's really big.
Yeah. But we get the big 2 points. We're sitting at 47 points now in the standings, right? So we're second in the East. Yeah, 46 points. Sorry. Was it 46? I did some math wrong here. I thought we were sitting at 45 before this, but whatever. So yeah, 46 points. We're sitting second in the Metropolitan, third in the Eastern Conference. Insane stuff.
Insane. Back over 600 points percentage, sitting at 605. Things you just absolutely love to see. Let's get into the game stats and the box score, and then we'll close with your questions. Shots on goal. Rangers ended up with one more, 27-26. They were also better in the faceoff dot, 57.9%, as we called out earlier, 42.1%. Vincent Trocheck was massive. I wanted to see if I could find the exact number for him. He won 65.2% of his faceoffs.
Yeah.
Clearly a big reason. Big cheater. That's what he is. Power play, no power play goals for either side. Islanders 0 for 5, Rangers 0 for 3. 12 penalty minutes for the Rangers, the Islanders 8 hits. Rangers with a lot, 24-14. Block shots 19-17. Islanders 2 more. Islanders had more giveaways, 15-9, and also more takeaways, 9-4.
I don't like, well, I guess the kind with the takeaway, the puck management kind of evens out a little bit there, but I don't like that many giveaways. Double-digit giveaways is no bueno in my books.
All right, let's do the box score, Mitch. Who leads the way for Islanders forwards?
I assume it's Matthew Barzal with Bo Horvat coming back from injury.
You would assume wrong. Bo Horvat, number 1, 22 minutes and 41 seconds of ice time for Bo.
I guess like Barzy has missed a couple of practices, right? So I guess maybe they're trying to take it a little bit easier on him and he doesn't have to do as much.
He played a lot too. It was 21-30 for him. Yeah. So those two led pretty significantly.
Yeah. And like Bill saying 13 should not take faceoffs. Preaching to the choir.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Least amount of ice time. I know Duke's not playing, which was the right thing to do. Like,
correct.
He was the player to come out for Bo Horvat. Yep. It's Mark Gatcomb or Kyle McLean. I'm going to say Kyle McLean only because I saw number 16 more than 32. It's a coin toss.
Mark Gatcomb was the right answer. 8 minutes and 32 seconds for Mark Gatcomb.
Yeah. Fourth line was great, though. I'm not saying that they played like crap, either one of them. All three of them played great. The fourth line was fantastic tonight.
Good heavens. All right.
Yeah.
Defenseman.
It's Schaefer by a lot.
27 minutes and 3 seconds.
Right, because he's playing 5-on-5, he's playing power play, and he has been playing penalty kill. I know that they just kind of spoke about it today on the broadcast, but he's been doing that for a while now. Maybe not as much as today, but he has been doing it. That's insane. 18 years old.
Jack of all trades.
Just insane. 18 years old, and he's doing that. Some of you will say in the comments, and you're probably right for saying it, that it's getting to be a bit too much.
I don't want to see him. So they play tomorrow.
Yes.
They just had a 3-day break. Play big minutes, that's fine. If he's playing 25 minutes again tomorrow, then I start to go, all right, this is too much.
Yeah, it's going to be too much, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Back to 22, a little bit more of a normal number, and then I think we're okay.
Yeah, like Andrew's saying here, 27 minutes. Yes, it's too much. That's a lot for an 18-year-old man. You're asking for, and he made a few mistakes tonight. Like,
yeah, he wasn't perfect.
Happen, but.
Yeah, that's going to happen, like you said. Least.
I assume it's Marshall Warren, but I don't think it's going to be as low as it was before.
Oh, it's low. 8 minutes and 31 seconds.
Ooh.
And you know what's weird? Because PAF is saying it here. Warren held it down. I thought that too. I thought he would be the lowest, but I wasn't thinking I was thinking 13, 14 minutes. I wasn't thinking 8.5.
I wonder how much time he got after the Panarin break, because he was the guy that let Panarin through effectively. I'm not going to blame only him, but he was the one shadowing Panarin in the neutral zone and dropped forward thinking that there's a play going forward, and he misread the play. Panarin got a beat on net. He didn't score, obviously, but maybe that's where Patty's like, you're going to have to sit down a little bit, son, because that's not acceptable.
Scott Mayfield also had a low ice time tonight, 13 minutes and 38 seconds.
Okay. That's low. Scotty was not good tonight either. I wish I could. I don't have the chart, because it's a lot easier to look at the time on ice chart. But if I'm looking at Marshall Warren, he's got 6 shifts in the first period, and then he's got 3. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. So I believe it was after that Panarin thing that he's like, I'm going to have to rein in some of this ice time, because he plays quite a bit in the first period and looked fine.
Yeah, no, he did. So
something to look at. Maybe they called back Travis Mitchell.
Maybe. Anyway, David Rittich was perfect. Stopped all 27 shots that he faced for the shutout win.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Flawless. Do you think he plays tomorrow?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
I think so too. I think that might be a mistake, but
You going to play the hog?
I just don't like the idea of playing goalies in back-to-back nights. I don't like that ever. It's a lot. And if Sorokin's out for a little bit longer, well, like how many more games are we gonna have to give on Big Save Dave? Who's not necessarily young either. He's not a 25-year-old here.
No.
He's 35, isn't he?
33.
Okay, well, still not super old, obviously. I don't like. He doesn't have a bunch of miles on him, obviously, because he's been a backup his entire career. And he's gonna say, "Put me in, coach." Why I just pitch a shutout? But I don't like the idea of playing goalie back-to-back nights.
And I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I think they're going to do it.
I'm bracing myself for that to happen.
Want to do some comments before we close?
Mm-hmm.
As Mitch takes a sip, bad podcast host by me. I apologize.
No, that's my bad. Right up to the top, Jeremy saying 8 out of 8 points versus the Rangers and Devils. Take that all day. Oh, come on, Jeremy. It's still the Merry Christmas. Christmas is done. My Christmas trees have been in the yard for hours now.
It's still you have till January 1st.
Oh,
That's when the holiday season officially ends.
It's too long. It's too long.
I know.
Gary said a couple of games ago, I mentioned that the only way the Isles could go way down in the standings was if Sorokin got hurt. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you
got
jerk. Come on, Gary.
Yeah. The under the radar player of why the Isles is doing so well is Rittich. Extension soon? I don't know about that.
No, I understand where Chris is coming from on that. I think it's still a little too early to pull the trigger on it. I'm not saying at any point this year to do an in-season extension, but I don't want to do that in December.
No, I don't either. This is if they give him an extension, it's going to be off season, and it's 1 year, 1 year only.
Yeah, I wouldn't go multiple years.
No, this is a 33-year-old career backup. We're good. Unless like someone shows you something in the system or you can find a better backup. I'm okay with keeping him, but it has to be 1 year. And I'm not running to do that right now.
But I know we don't really think about him, but doesn't Varlamov have another year on his contract after this too?
Yeah, he does. He does.
So just keep him on LTIR too, I guess.
There you go. We got this from Chris from Long Island saying, what do you guys think of Chris Johnson saying Stamkos to Isles a possibility?
No, thank you.
Holy shit, no.
Legend. I want to make it abundantly clear. This is not Matt O'Leary hates Steven Stamkos, the legend. But at 35, soon to be 36 years old, I don't want to trade for Steven Stamkos.
At $8 million for 2 more years after this.
Oh yeah, no. Don't like it.
I don't. If they're retaining half and they want a second round pick for it, fine. I don't think they will. Like that sounds like a big L for them. Like 15 goals on the year in 36 games, not horrible. 27 last year, he wasn't good. I'm not running to make this. Like, as you're saying, like if they give me like the best offer, I'd think about it, but like I don't think the Islanders have to run to do this. That sounds like a bad idea.
No, we've talked about for a while the Islanders needing to get younger, and for them to turn around and trade for a 35-year-old, soon to be 36-year-old with term. I don't think it makes sense.
I don't like it either. From Jeremy saying, have you watched any of the World Junior Championship? Early thoughts? My biggest take is Dalsh nailed the first overall pick. If there were any doubters, Eklund looks pretty scrappy, very quick. Game should translate to the NHL is what he's saying. What do you think? Have you seen anything yet?
I haven't like watched the full game. I've more just followed along with like on social media with it. But Yzerman scored a goal, right? That's my guy.
Yzerman scored. Oh my God, Tomas. Why can't I remember his last name? The Czech player, Holton. There you go.
There you go.
God, I couldn't remember. Scored twice against Canada. I saw both of those goals. That was amazing. I don't understand why they didn't play him a little bit more. The Czechs did, because he was doing very well. The tipped goal for his first one was fantastic.
And that's from this year's draft, right? 4th round.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Fourth round pick in the NHL draft, first overall in the overseas draft for the OHL, and killing it for Kelowna. Good player there. Won a man of the match for the Czechs in that game. I didn't watch today's games. We got busy here, but I did watch the games yesterday. Yzerman is playing on the fourth line, which isn't ideal. I don't like that move for the US.
No.
He needs more ice time. I'm surprised.
The same thing happened last year.
Yeah, but like Zellers is killing it. So I don't know. They're winning. I think I haven't checked if they won against the Swiss yet. I assume they did. Aitchison is kind of playing third pair, which I don't know. I think he's not adapting well to the role that they've given him. As like less of a we're running the offense through you type of thing. So a little bit of learning from him. And I saw Bednarik. I didn't see today's game. He stepped in for today's game, and I wasn't able to watch today's US game.
Okay.
So y'all tell me how he's doing.
Fair enough.
How do we go from here? Rick Rock says, hypothetically, if the Islanders had a crack at number one again, do you go McKenna or Schaefer-Veerhoff pairing for 2 decades?
I think I would still take McKenna. But I mean, I would understand if they went the Veerhoff route. Like, I totally get it.
Yeah, man, that would be interesting. It'd be the only other team who has 2 like number ones on the defense in like short order is Buffalo, and that's not going very well. So I don't know if I do that. I'd go to McKenna just because of that. But McKenna looks amazing. The plays he's making and some of the plays he made at the World Juniors yesterday when I was watching, holy shit.
Also, the Islanders are third in the Eastern Conference. I don't know if this is the time.
No, exactly. But like the hypothetical, I would still go McKenna.
I think so too.
Yeah. Connor Freeman says we are going to beat the Rangers every time we play them. Love Schaefer. So did Schaefer say that after the game today?
Did he say something similar when he was drafted? I think this is a reference to the draft quote.
I hope so. I friggin' hope so. And it's working, man. He did it.
So far, he's nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Parker, the good old patron, Andrew Parker. P.S. Sign up to our patron sign up to our patron at patreon.com/uptheturnpike. You get access to our Discord and to chat with lovely people like Andrew Parker here, who says, "What do you guys think of Sullivan not pulling Igor earlier? Figured we'd need to kill a 2-minute 6-on-4, but oh well, I'll take it." I'm with you, man. I thought they were going to pull him right away.
I did too. He went a little conservative there. That was a little surprising.
I guess I'm showing you that I trust you, power play guys, and they did not do well. Although they almost one kind of Zibanejad whiffed on one on the left side.
Yeah,
and
he pulled it way wide to the left.
And was it Cooley who hit it off the post? I think on the right side. And by right side, if I'm looking at Rittich this way,
yes,
instead of the face to face type of thing, on the right side, Cooley kind of hit the post. Did he not? Near the end, maybe.
I was thinking there was a shot from that side that you're referencing that went off of Rittich's glove that I thought had a good chance of being scored.
Oh, it was the glove. Legend, absolute legend, big save.
Maybe that's the same thing that we're thinking of.
I think so. Yeah. Because his glove was in the area. I just thought it went off the post first, but glove. Let's go. Love it. Where do we go from here? Where was I? Okay, to Andre, who says team's power play is genuinely horrid. Thank God for the win, but man, I really can't understand how they become worse when they have a power play.
I asked myself the same thing. I don't know. I don't have a good answer on that.
I don't understand. Are they not practicing it at all? I don't get it.
They could recycle out all the coaches they want. I think this becomes a personnel issue.
It must be. But like we've changed personnel too.
They have, to be fair. Although they started, I think it changed towards the end, but they have a habit of tossing Jonathan Drouin out on the power play 1 with Matthew Barzal, which I'm going to keep bringing it up because it drives me nuts, and it should drive you nuts too.
It really should. It absolutely should. Now they have Callum Ritchie out there on the half wall or on the behind the goal line. It's anyways, whatever.
Net front
working.
Callum Ritchie net front,
which is fine. Whatever. Just get some points, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, Gary says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone out there, please do that. Is your mission today.
Absolutely.
Jeremy says Sabres closing in on 8 wins in a row. Who saw that coming? I'd like to see the Sabres, Wings, Senators, and Habs move up and see the likes of Boston, Tampa, Toronto, and Florida drop off. That would be.
I'm with you, except for the Habs. I don't like the Montreal Canadiens after this Emil Heineman, Noah Dobson beef we have going back and forth.
Fair. Yes, 8 wins in a row. They're now like 2 points out of a playoff spot. That's just insane for them. Ottawa, if tanking again. I know they're just below the playoff line, but last I checked, they were losing 5-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they allowed 5 goals on like 14 shots or something. 16 shots, maybe. Insane.
Yep.
Just really bad stuff going on in Ottawa. I don't think they're going to save you there. Okay, where else do we go? SS Bouncer says British and Leonard share a lot of similarities, both foreign, both fringe starters, and both embrace their island and have had success. So when does Dave get the tattoo in the back of the neck?
Yeah, he's got to make his appointment at Wild Child Tattoos, which I believe was what it. Yeah, I think that was the name of the place that was right across from the Coliseum.
Was that where he got it done? Probably not.
No.
I'm sure,
oh no,
I'm
that's
sure
in Merrick. No, there's a tattoo place right across from the Coliseum. I can't remember the name of it, but I was making a reference to. If you're gonna do it on Long Island, do it at the place across from the Collie.
So that's on my list of tattoos to do. I'm currently working on a back piece, and I think while he's doing it, I want to have the outline of Long Island. Is it taboo to get a Long Island tattoo if I'm not on Long Island getting it?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right. So it's fine if I get one done in Ottawa type of thing instead of being on Long Island.
Yeah. You have my permission.
Thank you.
If you need it.
Fair. Okay. Where else are we going? Chris from Long Island's looking out for you. Matt says, Matt, hot chicken soup, mostly broth from the Jewish deli.
Oh, that sounds good.
That does sound delicious. I'm gonna love some of that. We don't have a whole lot of Jewish delis out here, as far as I know, which sucks.
There's nothing better than some hot soup.
Yeah,
for when you're not feeling well.
No, I totally agree with you. Otto is saying, according to the church calendar, Christmas season lasts until the first Sunday after the Epiphany, January 11th this year. That's too goddamn long. It's too goddamn long. I can't do that. That's not happening.
I thought I thought the answer was Little Christmas, which I believe is January 6th.
The hell is Little Christmas? Is that something I should have been paying attention at Catholic school? Which
yes.
I did go to a Catholic elementary school and all the way through high school.
That's when the 3 wise men made it to see the baby Jesus.
I thought that was on Christmas Day.
No. That happened January 6th.
Jesus Christ. Apparently I was not listening at all in school, which kind of tracks, honestly. With the whole, okay. This is not a math podcast.
This is not a math or a religion podcast, apparently.
Orbican said we're too used to Patty pulling the goalie with 7 minutes left, referencing that
that's true.
Did not pull the goalie. So that's fair.
Yep, totally fair.
Mikey Creeps is saying Skin Deep apparently is the tattoo shop. He got all his tattoos done there by Tattoo Bob.
Oh hell yeah.
There you go. Maybe I'll go there. I don't know. I'm gonna get my guy to do anything just because I get my guy to do everything.
Fair enough. You're comfortable with him. Yeah,
and like he's already got the blank ink and it's just an outline that I want done. So IL Steve says Duclair wasn't missed. What do we do with him going forward? Dwayne also seems quiet.
IL Steve is living rent free in my brain because that's what I was thinking most of the game watching it. I don't. You know what my take was watching Jonathan Drouin, and this is going to sound mean, and I am just prefacing it by saying that he was like, with how he's playing right now. I know earlier in the year he was playing and scoring and being productive, but he's playing like the worst version of Josh Bailey.
Yeah. Not even kind of doing the good stuff, the off the puck stuff.
No. Yeah. Like final year on Long Island, Josh Bailey.
Yeah. It's not looking good. It started off really well and it has fallen off since the injury. Really, it really has. And it wasn't much of an injury. He missed 2 games, maybe 1, maybe a little bit more.
He missed a handful. He's played 31 games, and the team has played 38. Now? So yeah, he's missed a few, but
okay,
only 3 goals on the year.
That's not And like he's never going to be a big goal scorer, but that's still not even close to like hitting 20.
No, but like, I don't know. Can you be in that 15 to 20 range? Like he's on pace for like 7 goals on the year.
That's not enough. It's really not. He's going to have to find a form of, oh my God, a vein of form. There we go. I could not spit that out for the life of me. I don't know what it's going to take to get him there. Hopefully, I was hoping that like the 4-day Christmas break, that maybe he gets a nice little gift and it juices him up again and he's back at it. Like, I know he's trying. He's clearly trying out there. It's just not translating for him. It's just try something different. S'il te plaît, mon homme. Juste essaye quelque chose d'autre, là, puis ça va fonctionner ton affaire. Inquiète-toi pas. Hopefully, I'm speaking his native tongue, and then maybe we can get to some sort of understanding here.
I don't know what that was, but I'm going to take your word for it.
It was no swearing. It was
Okay,
all
good,
pausing,
good.
maybe.
Yes.
Last one here. Real question is, if you get the tattoo of Long Island, do you get it with or without Brooklyn/Queens? It's the Long Island,
Like the silhouette.
It's that.
Yeah, you're going to get that silhouette.
That is what I'm going to get somewhere. I don't know where exactly yet, but somewhere that has space.
We'll figure it out.
Figure that out. That's it. That's it for today's show, everyone.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Islanders in Columbus. But for now, I'm Matt. He's Mitch. We'll catch you guys next time.